Apocalypse.
Hey guys, Jimbo Klimbo here with a little bit different review today. Oftentimes when I'm gaming, I like to have a drink, and I'm sure most of you guys do as well. One of the drinks that lately I've been really enjoying while I've been streaming on Twitch or just playing by myself, you know, single player, whatever, has been an old-fashioned. Now I'm a bourbon fan, I'm a big bourbon guy. I rarely drink anything else other than bourbon. And this is a particular bourbon drink that has a lot of history behind it. It dates back to about 1860 when the cocktail in the United States was starting to come about. And today I'm going to show you my version of the old-fashioned. Now there's a bunch of different ones out there, several different types, but this is my particular way that I like to enjoy my old-fashioned. Now it has evolved since 1860 obviously, but today we are going to be using my choice of bourbon, which is going to be the Jim Beam Single Barrel. Now you can use Woodford Reserve, you can use a rye whiskey. They used to use rye apparently back in the day, 1860-ish, and use rye whiskey because it was more prevalent. So tonight I'm going to be using Jim Beam Single Barrel. I've tried it with Bullet bourbon as well as the old Jack Daniel's No. 7, and they're all just as good. Okay, so how I like to make my old-fashioned is I begin with a sugar cube. Now you don't have to use a sugar cube, this is just how I like to do mine. You can use simple syrup, you can use granulated syrup, or I'm sorry, granulated sugar, but back in the old days I guess they used sugar cubes, so I'm trying to keep it as old-fashioned as I can. Now next you're going to need some aromatic bitters. You're going to need 2 dashes of that, and I got these at my local Total Wine store, and so I know for a fact that they have them. All the ingredients in fact I got at Total Wine. Next I use orange bitters. It's going to be 2 dashes as well. Next, you use a orange slice. And again, some people don't use orange slices. Some people just use the bitters, some people just use the oils out of the rind, but this is just how I like to do it. Alright, set those peels aside, don't get rid of those, we're going to use those in just a little bit. Next, some maraschino cherries, or maraschino, however you pronounce it. And it's going to be 1 cherry in each drink. Without the stem. That's looking really good. Alright, next I use a 1 ounce of seltzer water, and it can be any seltzer water, doesn't have to be anything fancy. Some people use still water, some people don't use the seltzer water. I do. So 1 ounce of seltzer water. Alright, and then you're going to muddle those together, okay? What you're trying to do is try to make a almost like a paste before we put the bourbon in, before we put the ice in, all that stuff, okay? So you're going to muddle it together. Begin with the ice cube, kind of break that up. And then you're going to want to pulverize this fruit in here. And make sure you use your shoulder, get your shoulder really into it to get these really mixed up and muddled before we put those other ingredients in there. So we're mixing up the bitters, we're mixing up the maraschino cherry, the orange slice, and the sugar cube all together really well. Okay, and that looks pretty good. I'm going to do the same for this one. And this is the part that is extremely crucial. Make sure you're paying a lot of attention on how you're muddling this. Do a good job. Pulverize it down really well. Alright, that's looking really good too. Alright, so it's kind of like it's not super thick, it's a little watery. You can use less seltzer water if you want, you don't have to use it at all. But I like the seltzer water in it. I think it dilutes it just a little bit and makes it that little bit more of a cocktail instead of a shot. Next is going to be 2 ounces of bourbon. I'm going to be using Jim Beam single barrel. You don't have to, use the one that you like. What's good about this this cocktail is you can kind of make it your own. If it's in there, if it's in the glass and you like it, then that's the cocktail that's for you. So 2 ounces of your bourbon goes right into there. And then your ice. So I'm not using any fancy ice, no cubes, no nothing crazy here, just ice maker ice from home. So put a good amount in there, chill it down really well. This cocktail is going to evolve as you drink it. It's going to get less strong as you drink down and the ice melts. It's going to dilute it a little bit more, and then at the very end you're going to notice that it's going to be more sweet, and you're going to get down to those bitters a little bit more. Alright, I think that's enough ice. Looks like a good ratio. Alright. And now we're going to mix them up really well. You want to get that sugar, granulate sugar, dissolved really well. Make sure that it's all mixed up and ready to go. Yeah, we're almost done. We have a few more steps left, and then we're ready to drink and see how our hard work did. And make sure you're getting the bottom of this too. You're going to want to get those granulates mixed in there really well. Alright, that looks good. Alrighty, so next you're going to want this orange peel that we didn't get rid of. We're going to use that now. We're going to hold this kind of long ways, just like that. We're going to express the oils onto the top of the drink, and it's going to open up really well. Give it a nice little twist, pop that in there. Same for the other one, get those oils expressed on top. I'm going to twist it, put it right on top. And I like to garnish mine with another orange peel and a maraschino cherry. And just put it right in there, rest it right on top. And there is your Old Fashioned. Alright guys, that's my version of the Old Fashioned. Again, Jimbo Klimbo, doing my take on how I enjoy this drink while I'm streaming over on Twitch TV /Jimbo_Klimbo. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down, let me know how you like your Old Fashioned, or if there's another cocktail that you want me to do a review on, let me know and I'll be glad to do one for you. I'm always looking for different takes on good drinks. Okay, so like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit me up on Twitch TV. It really helps me out, and I appreciate you guys stopping by and having a drink with me. Cheers.